Sexy Phil, he's not sexy. Sexy Phil, he's sexy.
Long time no see, people. Today I just want to talk about some observations I've made about people. And everyone knows or has seen these people before. First, let's just go ahead and talk about it. You'll notice them because these girls are twice the woman that their clothes will ever be. You know what I'm talking about. You got the rolls. The rolls, and it's okay. So hey, sometimes I like a big lady. But not when you're falling out of your clothes. That's disgusting. It is. And to top it off, your personality is twice as ugly. Because you're just loud and obnoxious, and you talk about the most inane BS known to man. You could be talking about you were waiting for the bus, and you were playing with your broken fingernail, and it's amazing because it happened to you. You're like, yeah, and it freaking chipped. Like, everyone's gonna go, oh my god, it chipped? Oh my god! Inward breathing, inward shock. You know, and no one cares. The only reason anyone's looking at you is because you're talking like this in a really small area. And you're sucking up all the air. And I'm just like, is she gonna keep breathing? Because I can't breathe. So, please stop. Stop. I think these people should be beaten in the street. Now, this other set of people that I want to talk about are the friends that are impossible to reach. Now, these people, you could set a date with them. It could be 3 weeks beforehand. Be like, hey, January 2nd, 6 p.m., hanging out. Okay, we're hanging out, all of us, hanging out. I'm gonna write a post-it, and you write a post-it, stamp it on their forehead. You keep that. You don't wash your face. You don't do it anyway, I'm just reminding you. And they'd be like, yeah, I'm up for it. And you can reach them anytime. It could be like 3 a.m. Hey, yeah, I'm still on. Oh, I was just seeing what you're up to. At 3 a.m.? Weird conversations. I don't know. But come an hour before when you're supposed to meet, this person disappears. It's impossible to find them. It's as hard as, I don't know, George Bush trying to find Osama bin Laden times finding WMDs in Iraq. That hard. And it's just not gonna happen. This person has disappeared off the face of the planet. And you can call them the entire night. Never gonna answer. You're just gonna give up. Just drop it. Don't even worry about it. So you call them the next day. And you call, and they always have that same, you call, they're like, hey, and you're like, hey man, what's up? And then on their end, it's like, haha, got you. Leave a message after the beep, beep. And you're just like, I hate you. I fall for that shit every time. I've called you 100 times, and I fell for it every time. You have 100 voicemails. And eventually you're gonna reach the point where you're just like, oh, whatever. Screw you phone, screw you Jim Bob Joe, because he has the weirdest name ever. I'm out, I'm gonna go. And you could be out 2 minutes, just throwing away the garbage, or you could be out the entire day. As soon as you open that door, what are you gonna hear? Beep! Because of course they called you. Of course they called you while you were gone. They were just planning it. I know that they were planning it because they were probably across the street with binoculars going, haha, gonna get you, bastard. Because they've been planning this shit for 3 weeks. They've been planning it, and they got you bad. And they always leave a message like, hey, where were you last night? Like they tried to meet up with you, or they were like, hey, give me a call back. And of course you call them back, and they don't answer. But eventually, through some sort of, I don't know, witchcraft, they pick up their phone one of the times you call. And they're like, hey, crazy story, because it's always a crazy story. Because how else would you explain what happened? How else? Unless you have that really jerk friend that's just like, don't ask. And you're just like, what? Yeah, dude, just don't ask. And you probably don't want to ask because it's either complete BS or he probably got raped. So what happens is he'll make up the craziest story if he decides to tell you. He'll be like, yeah, you know, I was driving. I was going to go and meet you guys at the pool hall. Guess what happened? And you're like, I don't know. No, dude, guess. It wasn't a rhetorical question. Guess. I give you 30 seconds. And you're like, penguins pulled out in front of you? Dude, how'd you know? You're a genius. Of course he compliments you. You're a genius. Freaking penguins waddled their way. I had to swerve, and I missed them. And I'm like, okay, well, why didn't you show up? He's like, well, dude, they're penguins, and we're nowhere near the ocean. So I packed those little dudes in my car, and I drove them to the ocean. And right now they're paddling their way, penguin paddling, to Antarctica. Isn't that crazy? And you're just like, you slept with my girlfriend last night, didn't you? And he's like, yeah. And then you go, I hate you, you're not my friend anymore. And then you go, okay. And then that's the end of this. Peace.